Hello there. Welcome back to another episode of Coaching Conversations. Today, we're going to be breaking down why it's so important, financial targets in your business. Good morning and welcome back to another episode of Coaching Conversations with
Nick.
And Chris. Here we are speaking to you today on a sunny Monday. Well, it's sunny where I am. Hopefully it's sunny where you are. And we're wanting to talk about why it's so important to have financial targets and financial KPIs set in your business. So the importance of really, right? We have strategy sessions with clients every week. And this is why this topic's come about, because a lot of business owners want to grow their business. It's a bit of a no-brainer, but they don't have clear financial targets that they're working towards. So just before we jump into that today, Nick, how are you this morning?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Ready and into it. It's my birthday week this week, so
Birthday week.
better.
Very good.
Not
Very
that you
good.
didn't take off a whole week or any of that stuff, but
No, that's not what blokes do. I think girls have birthday weeks, don't
birthday
they?
week. So I'm going to have birthday day.
I think blokes have birthday day, or maybe even half day if they
Birthday
can't
moment.
get away with day.
Yeah. Birthday moment.
That's right, birthday moment. Anyway, Nick, I want you to explain to everyone that's listening or watching, why it's so important to have financial targets in your business. Like I said before, lots of people have an idea of what they want to work towards, or have, some sort of indication as to what they want to grow their business by, or what a number might be, but it's very loose and it's very vague. So we're really wanting to drill down as to the importance of knowing specific targets and why. So what's your advice around this?
Yeah, it's interesting. And I'm going to sort of throw out a couple of curveballs around it. The reason being, most people, I think, want to set a financial target because they go, well, it's kind of something to aim towards. But the amount of business owners that we speak to, and we can only speak through experience here. The amount of business owners that we speak to, that when you ask them any kind of question financially, they're like either A, I've got no idea, B, the accountant does it, or C, well, if there's money in the account, it's kind of cool, or D, I want to look in the account. That's usually kind of the four that we get. So I'm going to start here. I think a really good reason to set financial goals is, number one, is accountability. If you're in a business and you don't know how much money you make, and you don't know where your money's going, you don't know if you're making a profit or not, you're quoting, but you don't know the number, and you don't know any of your financial data, it would be equally the same as, pulling into a service station in Sydney, set your destination and go to Perth, and don't know how much fuel that you've got in the tank, and not even look at the gauge, or actually the gauge is broken. And then when you run out, start to blame everybody else other than yourself. And I think that's one of the real big reasons why you need to do it, because it keeps you accountable, on track to be able to set a financial goal. Now, that could be a weekly financial goal. If you're in a cafe or something of hospitality, maybe a daily financial goal. We need to sell this much product every day. I know a lot of businesses in hospitality that I've worked with, we break it down to day. Could even break it down to shifts: morning shift for breakfast, lunch and dinner shift, as you've been in it. And that just keeps you accountable. It keeps the team accountable. So I think, number one should be that, or at least weekly and or monthly, to go, let's reach this target. Most of my clients, 99% of my clients, work on a monthly target. Now, it's not always that it comes in monthly. Sometimes it's quarterly, but it definitely keeps them accountable. And the reason being is, the first words out of my mouth every time that I have a coaching session with them is, how did you go this week? How much money did we make this week? How are we on track for that? Always the same. It's, it sounds a bit Groundhog Day, but that after a while, automatically, and, us giving them, Excels to fill in, and, financial tracking sheets and all of that stuff that we do, just allows them to really report back to you and be accountable. So number one is definitely accountability.
Perfect, perfect. What advice, I guess, just sideline to this, like you said before, some people just put their head in the sand or they just check the account and that's it. What kind of sideline advice, or how would people start the process of, and this might be a couple of points you've got coming up, by the way, but, accountable, keeping yourself accountable and keeping your business accountable for the numbers is so important. People that are in that very early stage of, I guess, financial understanding or not in a habit of looking or managing their accounts, what's the first piece of advice around becoming accountable?
Yeah, good question. Look, I think the reason why most of us don't do something or fear something is, first of all, it's the fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about numbers, and I've never been into them. And at school, I never learned all of these things. A perfect example. My daughter, in her exams for maths, she's in year 7. She's been going pretty average, C's, D's, stuff like that. And her thing is always, I don't understand it. So now I've got a tutor working with her, and he's been working with my son and Philip, that's 15. And in 4 months or so that he's been working with Philip, Philip went from mid to bottom of the class to 2 terms, 2 exams, topping the form. He's number 1 in the form. Like, it's pretty awesome. Like,
wow.
Yeah, because and they're doing like trigonometry, and there's a whole bunch of stuff that I'm just like, what the hell is this about, right?
Yeah,
So,
I'm the same. Yeah.
Right? That's compound angles, but the thing is that the tutor he's a teacher already, does it step by step. So the moral of that is to go, if you don't know something, you kind of fear it. That's kind of number 1. Number 2, I'd say you got to practice. And I was a musician for a long time, 20, 30, 25 years of my life. I spent playing music, and I love music, and it's like with anything, when you first pick up a set of sticks, you're like a bit clumsy and you sort of know what's doing it. But as you get better, funny enough, and it's basics, numbers are just ones and zeros at the end of the day, right? It's not like on a decimal point somewhere, so you don't have to get over crazy. And it's multiplication or subtraction, especially for P&Ls, profit and loss. It's not too much. So as you get to practice better, the more you start to enjoy them. What starts to happen too, as you get better every day, ask for some help, watch YouTube. That's how I learned a lot of stuff. YouTube, there's some great accountants on YouTube showing you stuff. Speak to your accountant or bookkeeper. And now you start to go, oh, it's not just numbers, it's actually a picture. With us, with UpCoach, for our numbers, everything's a picture. The amount of calls we make, the amount of numbers we get through, all of these things that we do. I've got sales call today. We'll be talking about that, what the conversions were, how much money we made, all of these. Now the numbers become a picture, and it's actually pretty addictive once it gets like that, because then you can see what department needs to do what. So number 1, don't fear it. Number 2, start to practice it little bit by little bit, and you'll get better at it. It's just how it works.
Good. I think that's great for a lot of business owners out there that are really, I think, the fear thing, and not doing it, and not doing it enough. It couldn't be more accurate. Hit the nail on the head. If you're really bad at something, if you practice it well over and over again, you can get really good at it. So it's one of those perfect practice makes perfect scenarios.
Exactly. And you can give a lot of excuses. I mean, I was just at dinner on Saturday night with some friends, and I'm like, hey man, did you get back into training? And asked a few, how you've been doing boxing? And it's pretty simple. Oh mate, I've been really busy, work. I'm not right. I just don't have time.
It's winter. That's a good one.
I'm like, to me, I'm like, how about you? I'm like, yeah, minimum of 8 to 12 hours of exercise a week. You'll find bloody time if you're going to do it. And does it hurt? Of course. Do you feel tired? Of course. But don't let the fear of, oh, it's going to hurt, or my muscles are going to be sore, stop you. It's like, just go and do it. Like, but this isn't, by the way, in business, this is 101. You need to know your numbers, or else you might as well go work for somebody else and they'll tell you the numbers. Here's how much we put into your account every week.
Yeah. It comes back down to, a lot of people think if they work And maybe they don't think this, but they definitely do this because I see it. They work harder. Oh, we didn't make a lot of money last month. I'll work harder. Or the on the profit and loss that my accountant gave me that I checked once a quarter, there's some number at the bottom that says net profit, but I don't have that much money in my account. So I'll work harder for the next 3 months and hopefully I'll have more. Like,
That's a
this is
great observation, Chris. People think that even the net number, whatever it's going to be, is a reflection of what should be in the account.
Yep.
But as you know, it's a story. The net means nothing, especially if you're rolling over cash flow into other areas. If you really want to have money in your account, set up a load fund, and that load fund gets pulled away no matter what. And that's what I do with all my clients. Each job comes with a load. If you want to put money away, you got to beaver it away some way. Or
That's right.
as you know, the book that you've read,
Profit first. Yeah.
Profit first, which is the pay it forward method, right? So same.
Good. This is a really good conversation. I think we're getting a bit off your rounded bucket of advice. So number one is accountability. Remove the fear and practice knowing your numbers. What's the second step or second piece of advice?
The second one that I think about is a target to assess. In business, everything's a moving target all the time. The 5-year game plan, 10-year game plan, that's dead. COVID hit us, hammered the globe, still hammering it now, like in countries all over the world. So having some type of short-term kind of accountability method around money is very important because it gives you a target to assess how did that month go. And let's think about it. There's what's called a P&L is actually what's called a lagging indicator. In other words, it's an indicator of information that you've already done. How we went in May is May's profit and loss. Now, you can also have forward projection. We're expecting these sales with this type of volume of income, with this type of cash flow, and that's a good thing to do. But on average, most people go, how did we go? How'd you go last month? How'd you go last quarter? How'd you go last financial year? So having a target to assess on a short-term basis is very, very important. So, and I'm not saying that, you don't do it at all or you do it every hour. You don't need to. It's more to go, it's monthly, quarterly, biannually, annually. These are very important numbers that you can assess. And what's good about it is once you assess it on a month basis, you can then look at it and go, month, there's a couple little things that we need to change within our marketing process, our sales process, our operational output, our input, whatever it is, material costs, any of these type of things, that then you can assess and change for the following month. Because, we've heard this, the definition of madness is just keep on doing the same stuff over and over again, hope for a different outcome. And that's what a lot of businesses do, don't they? A lot of businesses look at it and go, oh, no, I'll just keep on doing the same stuff. And then they wonder why they haven't been, getting any profitability or, their profitability is plummeting or they're going really well, but they're not even counting for that. So,
Okay, good.
Target to assess is really, really important.
That's good.
And assess is the critical word here, not target to reach. Target to assess, is this what we're after? Has there been any changes within the external and or internal environment? Because yourself, if you're growing and you bring on 3 more people, now you've got 3 extra wages. 3 extra wages equals more cost equal, it works exponentially or incrementally compounds it,
Great. Very good. I think the target to assess aspect is really good. Not just, not that target to achieve, but target to assess. Good. I like that. What's next?
Number 3, I think, is an absolute sense of accomplishment. From a value set, most people, not all, but most people value money. And the reason we value money isn't just for I've got hundreds in my wallet or millions in my bank. It's more to go, well, what does that bring with it? Is it a sense of accomplishment? Is it, a sense of, man, we've been doing really well and I've been rewarded that way. And, back in the day, not that long ago, they used to trade cows for beans. So that was a sense of accomplishment.
Yeah.
Fair traders used to trade spices, not only for money, but for other assets. Today,
Mm,
currency and now digital currency, and Bitcoin and,
mm,
digital coins and stuff like that is another, once again, sense of accomplishment. Just gives you the opportunity to go, I've been working hard. It's really good to get rewarded. Now, funny enough, some people see it as a sense of demotivation. I've been working really hard and I've got nothing to show for it.
mm.
However, if you look at it that way, you've got the ability to change. For the accomplishment, you can go, hey, cool, I want more of this accomplishment. So I'll keep working hard and smart and do whatever I do. Or if
Yeah.
it's demotivated, you can go, hey, maybe it's time to change what I'm doing because obviously the output isn't working according to where I need it to get to. And we've
Yeah.
seen a lot of businesses that come to us have been working for a long time, not making any money. Funny enough, they start working with us and they're killing it. And this isn't a pipe dream. This is a 99%, 99% of businesses that work with us go from not making any money to making a lot of money. And
Mm,
once
mm.
again, it's more this sense of accomplishment. And, we can stand tall and go, we've got 100 case studies to share with anybody on that.
Yeah.
Why? You know what I mean? Because we've changed the attitude towards the money. So when you
Mm.
feel that it's a sense of an accomplishment, money's not everything. Actually, it's far from it. But does it help? The answer is yes, because it sort of rolls on to the next number four that I want to talk about. But yes, it does absolutely give you that sense of accomplishment.
Yeah.
Things don't mean anything, but it's really good when, you can go out and, even yesterday I told you I went shopping and, bought a pair of jeans, bought a couple of shirts, and it's not millions, but it was like $250 for a pair of jeans or something. And,
Mm.
if you don't have any money, I know I've been in places where I'm like, I can't even afford the thread on the shirt. So it feels good for me to be able to go, not worry too much about it, and I'm okay. And I mean, that's funny enough, that versus buying a house for $2 million or whatever it is kind of the same process.
That's right.
It only lasts for so long. So the goal isn't the things, it's the accomplishment of if you want to buy those things, you can. So think about it.
Mm, mm. Yeah, good. And it's just if you're watching this and you're not a client of ours, the money and the numbers are one of the first things that we dial in with you. So that's why we're so vocal on it, I guess. But that's why we want our clients to understand it, and that's why they create money for themselves as well. I agree with you, Nick. Money gives you the options. It gives you the option. It removes the option of having to finance equipment or finance vehicles when you can go and buy them cash. So it's one of the first things that we dial in with our clients, and that's why they, so successful on the way through. What's the fourth golden nugget that you've got lined up?
Yeah. Number four is it gives you choices, which it kind of
Mm,
rolls into what we're discussing here, but it really does give you choices from the perspective of, us being, in a particular environment as a business owner, for you to be able to, 100% be in a position to, really, have some choices in your life for you and your family. It also gives you choices around what are you able to do where it comes to, hiring more people, expanding, your business,
mm,
for you to be able to make choices around, do we, start another division? Can we pay for marketing? Can we,
mm,
have more cash flow? Can we build some more, arms of the business?
mm,
Money, setting goals around this gives you choices because when you can accomplish this, you're in good speed. I mean, we know ourselves, Chris, with all our businesses and ourselves inclusive. We've got a mastermind coming up, and without the money, you don't have any choices, and that's a $20,000 plus operation to be
yeah.
able to have people there. But I think it's really awesome when you can, have a scenario where you're able to do that and give back. Choices
Mm,
don't just mean being selfish. I think it also means being selfless, being
mm,
able to give back to the community, being able to support, a team member, being able to help a business owner that is maybe struggling. All of these things that come from that. I mean, I know myself, when I was, working a lot with homeless, It just gave me the financial stability of the business, gave me the choices to be able to take time to go out and see them. Like that's really what it comes to. Like, and
Mm-hmm.
if not, it's very difficult if you're working all the time, not making any money all the time. All of these type of things, and then you need to struggle rather than have choices under your belt. So I think very, very important. Not only does it give yourself a sense of accomplishment, but it also then allows you to be able to, have some choices, whether it's personal or whether it's in the business itself. So,
Yeah, great. Very good. I say that to clients as well. And I've got plenty of case studies now as well with clients that have done exactly what you've said. You've built a cash reserve or a profit account or whatever you want to call it. And they've had the choices that they can make further on. There's no financing of equipment. They just go and buy it. If they want to expand, part of their operation, they can. If they need to buy more stock so they can load up so they can form an aggressive marketing campaign to sell a lot more product, they can. It gives them those choices, which is really good. And as a business owner, if they want to go for a longer holiday, they can.
isn't that what you work for? You know what I mean? Like, I
That's
think
right.
when you think about that, that's the most important part of it, isn't it?
It's
That's
part
what
of
you
the
work
outcome.
to support your family or whatever it may be. So.
Very much so. Awesome. Well, those 4 points are great. And if you don't have clear financial targets, I'm assuming that was it. Was there
No,
another one?
I got one more.
Oh, you've got one more. Oh, let's wind that back one.
I got a supplementary.
Back in. Okay. What's the supplementary? What's the Powerball?
The supplementary is all of that actually increases your asset worth.
Aha.
It increases your business. If you've got goals that you're going for, you're accomplishing them on a monthly, quarterly, annual basis. You can show a steady level of growth in your business. It doesn't have to be radical growth. Actually, most banks, whatever it may be, actually prefer a steady level compound rather than just radical growth, because it just shows consistency. Now it increases your asset worth within the business. And then let's say if you're making good cash flow that you can use to buy assets. So, property, commercial, resi, acreage, whatever it may be, now guess what? It increases your asset worth personally. So there's so many great knock-on effects. And this is just from setting a goal and going for it, understanding how much money you're making and where it goes. So when you're at that level, it makes sense that you now, it has a knock-on effect into everything within the business itself. And, when you go to sell the business, increasing your asset worth like that, where people can see steady growth month on, you're hitting your objectives, it's impressive. People go, this business is solid. It's got a good foundation. I can see that they can make money to spend into, other asset opportunities. It gives you stability of income. It gives you stability of future earnings and all of these sort of areas that way. So.
Yeah, great. And you just touched on cash flow there, guys. We're not going to go into that today, but we've recorded a Coaching Conversations episode previously, which talks about speeding up your cash flow and how to do that. So if you want to jump into that, go back and have a listen. Nick, can you relay those 4 points plus the supplementary one more time as a bit of a summary, please?
Yeah. Number one is accountability. Setting goals absolutely keeps you accountable. Number two, it gives you a target that you can assess. Not necessarily always achieve, but assess, go for it. Sometimes hopefully overachieve. Number three, it's a sense of accomplishment. It feels good when you can get paid and rewarded for all the hard efforts that you do. I mean, let's face it, that's why you're in business. You either love what you do or you love the money behind it, or you love both of them and the freedom that comes with it, or else you wouldn't be in business, right? And number four, it gives you choices. You've got choices that you can make with regards to what do you do next. And number five, supplementary, it increases your asset worth, both personally and in business. So.
Nice. There we go. Guys, if you don't have clear financial targets in your business And hopefully you've taken some great value from this episode. If you need help, reach out to us at askitupcoach.com.au or message us on any of our social platforms. We will help you for free get dialed in with your finances. We'll give you some advice, some tips, and obviously re-listen to this episode. We might even be able to wrangle a strategy session with you if you're interested. So please feel free to reach out if you need help. There's no point working harder if you can work smarter in your business. Let's be honest. Nick, thank you so much for your time once again.
Hey, oh, cool. Hey, it's a really good topic to discuss. I think it's very important topic to discuss.
Yeah, I think so. And hopefully anyone listening or watching this has also gained a bit of knowledge on the way through. Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you all again on the next episode of Coaching Conversations, and we'll be speaking to you soon. Bye now.
Bye now.